Right, welcome back to the channel. Today's Takes with Alex. I'm your host, Alex. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for your patience. Today is a hot one, but the topic of this video is um is in line with what we've been discussing recently, which is the concept of growth and learning new things. And I think that is the essence of growth, is taking whatever we know, whatever we understand, and expanding it, questioning it, and building on top of it or reworking it, making it more in line with reality, the reality we all share and live in. So the title of this video is called Expanding the Soul, the Spiritual Significance of Learning New Skills and Pushing Your Limits. There is something deeply sacred about the moment we decide to stretch beyond what we already know. Learning a skill, pushing the limits of our understanding, daring to be a beginner again, these acts are far more than self-improvement. They are spiritual adventures that expand the capacity of the soul. Today we explore the spiritual significance of learning new skills and continually pushing the limits of our understanding. This wisdom is universal for every person who has ever felt the call to grow, create, or master something meaningful. Rooted in the eternal teachings of the Torah and illuminated by the radiant insights of Hasidic masters, we will discover that the pursuit of knowledge and skill is a holy path of elevation, refinement, and partnership with the Creator. The Torah begins with an act of expansive learning. God brings the animals to Adam so he can name them, an invitation to observe, understand, and partner in creation through the power of language and discernment. From the very beginning, humanity is called to expand its understanding. Abraham constantly pushed beyond the limits of his understanding. Okay. I'm sorry. Abraham constantly pushed beyond the limits of his surrounding culture, seeking deeper truth about the oneness of God. Moses raised in Pharaoh's Pharaoh. Pharaoh's palace. Sorry, it's hot out here. Pharaoh's palace had to learn humility, leadership, and faith in the wilderness. Bezalel, the master craftsman of the tabernacle, was filled with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge to create something never seen before, a physical dwelling for the divine presence. The Torah itself is not a static text, but a living invitation to lifelong learning. The command to meditate on it day and night, and the mitzvah of learning scripture show that intellectual and spiritual stretching is central to holy life. Joshua, Moses' successor, was commanded to be strong and courageous, precisely in the context of immersing himself in learning scripture and leading the people into new territory. The Torah teaches us that pushing our limits is not optional for growth. It is the way the soul becomes a fuller vessel for divine light. Hasidic masters saw learning new skills and pushing intellectual limits as a core spiritual practice. The Baal Shem Tov taught that every night, every new insight, every mastered skill, and every expanded horizon allows us to elevate more holy nitzotzo, divine sparks, that are waiting to be redeemed through human consciousness and creativity. At the mystical level, the sod of the Torah, this process is intimately connected to the sfirot. So we have Chachma, which is wisdom, represents the flash of new insight, the spark of inspiration that breaks into our awareness. Bina, understanding, is the patient work of developing that insight into something structured and usable. And Das, knowledge, integrates them into applied wisdom and skill. So sometimes something pops into our mind, and then it's like, whoa, and then you try to you run it, and so that initial idea is the Chachma. That running it through the different belief systems, understandings, that's the Bina, the understanding it. Like what are the parameters of it? How what if this is true, then what must this mean? What are the implications, right? And then Das is then taking that and then moving forward with it in actual life. Chesed drives us to expand generously, while Kavura provides the discipline needed to master something difficult. Tiferes brings beauty and harmony to our learning, making it sustainable and joyful. Netzach and Hod fuel the endurance and humility required to remain a beginner even as we grow. Yesod channels all this learning into concrete action and creation in the world, and Malchut manifests it as tangible blessing and repair. The Sod reveals that when we push the limits of our understanding, we are participating in the continuous unfolding of creation. The Tanya explains that the soul's descent into this world is precisely so it can refine itself through effort and expand its vessel to receive greater light. Learning new skills is therefore an act of tikkun, both personal and cosmic. Every time we stretch beyond our current capacity with humility and joy, we create new channels for divine energy to flow into reality. The spirit, but don't get April is growth. You want to have a growth mindset and approach everything with gratitude always. But sometimes pain is uncomfortable. But I think that's just to balance that out, because if it was easy, right, everyone would do it, right? So the point is that is the fulfillment. The spiritual significance of learning new skills and pushing our limits is profound for every soul. It expands our capacity to receive divine light. Larger vessels can hold more holiness. It cultivates humility and wonder. The beginner's mind keeps us close to God and open to continuous revelation. It refines character. Learning demands discipline, patience, resilience, and honesty about our limitations. It empowers creative partnership with the Creator. Every new skill allows us to co-create and elevate the world in unique ways. It fuels personal and collective redemption. As we grow, we elevate sparks that benefit not only ourselves, but the entire web of existence. How can we live the sacred principle? Adopt a beginner's heart. Approach new skills with humility and excitement rather than pressure for instant mastery. Commit to consistent practice. Small, regular effort compounds far more than sporadic intensity. Push gently beyond comfort. Choose skills that stretch you while remaining aligned with your values and purpose. Integrate learning with prayer. Ask God to guide your mind and open new channels of understanding. Share what you learn. Teaching others deepens your own mastery and spreads light. Celebrate the process. Honor the effort itself, not only the results. The spiritual path of learning new skills and pushing the limits of your understanding, rooted in a spiritual outlook, is ultimately an act of love. Love for the soul you were created to become, and love for the world you were sent to elevate. You were sent to elevate. Uh, we're all spiritual beings here, right? Through the sphero and the hidden sod, we see that every new horizon we reach brings more divine light into existence. This week, choose one new skill or area of knowledge you have been hesitating to explore. Take one meaningful step forward. Trust that God rejoices in your willingness to grow. That's true. If this message awakens something in your soul, share in the comments. What new skill or area of growth are you feeling called to pursue? If you like the video, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to keep updated on our upcoming videos, and turn on notifications. May you continually expand the vessel of your soul. May every new skill and insight bring you closer to your divine purpose. Until next time, stay curious, stay humble, keep learning, and let your growth illuminate the world. Everyone be blessed, be healthy, be happy, be safe, and be successful. All the best. Thank you.